I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This Guitar 101 series, which is part of my online music academy, is a beginner through intermediate level guitar course similar to the in-person ones I teach at the university. The course progresses from complete beginner through gaining capability in playing songs in various styles and covers playing chords and melodies and reading chord symbols, tablature, and standard music notation. With the Guitar 101 course, we use 3 of the books from my method book series: Chords and Harmony books 1 and 2, Note Reading books 1 and 2, and Tablature, which are all available for purchase through Amazon and Google Play. Links can be found in the description below or at kristenbromley.com. You are of course welcome to participate in this course with or without the books, but with the books you can play right along with me on all the songs and exercises as intended. Plus, each book comes with exclusive access to additional hours of in-depth video lessons that go with each part of that book. If you find this Guitar 101 series helpful, please like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get to jamming in this week's lesson. Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online music academy. I'm delighted that you're here. This is lesson 15 of the Guitar 101 series. We're going to have a lot of fun today, of course, as we usually do. We're going to review some of the chords, especially we're going to work with A, D, and E7, still locking in our strumming and our finger picking techniques. And we'll work with those bar chords some more, of course, and learn even a new bar chord today. So we learned B minor last time. We're going to continue to work with that one. We'll add G minor today. We'll talk a little bit about sus4 chords. We've worked a little bit on add 9 chords. I'll review those just a hair. And we'll look at suspended 4 chords. We're going to work on a new string with the note reading. So the A string, we're going to add that one to the game. And we're going to keep working with the tablature. So lots of great things. It's going to be fun. Let's just go ahead and dive in with our warm-up here. So we're going to start in the chords book on pages 30 and 31. We're going to start with the Cowboy's Lament. So we're in 3/4 time. We're going to go down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. So add that pickup and we'll be in. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo, one day I spied a poor cowboy wrapped up in white linen, wrapped up in white linen, as cold as the bay. Okay, so in that third to last measure, how'd you do with those 2 chords per bar? We reviewed this in the last lesson. With 3/4 time, when we have 2 chords per bar, we're going to have that second chord come in on beat 2 or on beat 3. So in this case, it comes in on beat 2. So 1, 2, and 3. And how do I know it comes in on beat 2? Because the chord symbol is sitting over beat 2 where the melody is written. Okay, let's do it one more time. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo, one day I spied a poor cowboy wrapped up in white linen, wrapped up in white linen, as cold as the bay. Okay, Jamaica farewell. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on a mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say that I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little boy in Kingston Town. Okay, let's do a little bit of finger picking with that one. So last time we learned the pattern. It was number 18. Thumb, index, middle, and ring together back to the index. So P, I, M, A, I, and then ring, middle, index, ring. So P, I, M, A, I, A, M, I, A. Thumb, index, middle, and ring, index, ring, middle, index, ring. P, I, M, A, I, A, M, I, A. You can just warm that up a little bit on E minor. And we'll go ahead down. So we'll go about that tempo. One, two, ready, and down the way where the nights are gay. The sun shines daily on a mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little boy in Kingston town. Okay, let's go over and do She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. Down, down, up, down, up, down. So I have she'll be, and we'll be in. So she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Let's try just a little bit faster. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Alright, let's try it nice and slow. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Doesn't seem like it, right? She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Okay, back to just sort of normal. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Yee-haw! She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Tom Dooley, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Hang down, I want to ready. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. I really need the rest of that story for that to not end badly. Okay, we're going to go over to page 32 and 33. We'll do Battle Hymn of the Republic. We're going to use a capo, so get a little bit of capo practice today. So we'll put it on at the 2nd fret. So we're going to have down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. I'll have that pick up, mine, and we'll be in. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Alright, we'll take it faster. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling at the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. All right, let's go over and do Old Macdonald Had a Farm. We'll use that finger picking pattern with this one. So P-I-M-A-I-A-M-I-A. Just warm that up again. Now with this finger picking pattern, this one works great when there's 1 chord per measure and when there's 2 chords per measure. So when there's 1 chord per measure, then we do the whole pattern. And when there's 2 chords per measure, then we do the first half for the first chord, first half for the second chord. We don't do the second half. So in Old Macdonald Had a Farm, we have measure 1 has just the A, and then D, A, E7, A. So it goes just like that. I have the whole pattern. First half, first half, first half, first half, whole pattern. Okay, Old Mac, 1 and 2 and ready and go. And Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had some sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a ba-ba here and a ba-ba there, here a ba, there a ba, everywhere a ba-ba. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Okay, we'll do the same thing with Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. This one, we're going to have that same sort of thing. Measures with 1 chord per bar and measures with 2 chords. So we'll follow that same exact approach. I will just point out that on the 3rd line, when you look at the third line of Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, the first half of the measure doesn't show a chord, but the chord is continuing from the previous measure, which is the last measure of the previous line. So there's an A there, D, and we want to make sure and catch that, this first half. Okay, swing low, 1 and 2, and ready and go, and swing low, sweet chariot. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming forth to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me. Carry me home. It's a great old traditional tune. Okay, page 69 and 70. As we finish our warm-up here, we'll do a little review of the bar chords. So the F bar chord and the B flat bar chord. And then of course we've got C7 that we've been playing as well. So we're going to start with My Country 'Tis of Thee, number 8 on page 69. This one's in 3/4 time. Down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. This one has a measure that has 2 chords per bar, where that second chord's going to come in on beat 3. So that happens in the third measure. So 1, 2, and 3, and if it's tricky to try and get that, keep that strumming pattern going, you can just do down strums if you need to, or down strum on the chord. Change, that's just fine. Then on the third line, second measure, we have it coming in. The second chord is coming in on beat 2. So 1, 2, and 3, and then the second to last measure, you've got 1, 2, 3. So. You could also 1, 2, up, 3, up. You can get that in there. Okay. My country. 1, 2, 3. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Okay, Waltzing Matilda. Down, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, 4, up. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and once a jolly swag man camped up by a billabong under the shade of a cool limbot tree, and he sang as he sat and waited while his belly boiled. Come a waltzing Matilda with me, waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, yeah, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he sat and waited while his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Okay, we'll turn over to page 70 and do number 10, Rockin Robin. We've done this one before, we'll just go ahead and do it. Down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 4, up. Catching my breath for some reason. It's not always great places to breathe in these songs, especially when you're focusing on playing. Forget to breathe. So you got a 1, 2, 2, ready. He rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Yeah, Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Yeah, blow Rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird in the tall oak tree, the wise old owl, the big black crow, flapping their wings, singing go, bud, go. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Yeah, Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Oh, blow Rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. A pretty little raven at the bird bandstand taught him how to do the bop, and it was grand. The started going steady, and bless my soul, the out pop, the buzzer, and the Oreo. Oh, he rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, tweet, tweet. Yeah, Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Oh, Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Yeah, blow Rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Okay, so you may need to stretch after playing those bar chords. We're going to go over now and do some note reading, so we'll take a break from the chords and head on over to note reading. Okay, so with the note reading, we're going to start working with reading notes on the A string, so adding a new string. This is kind of exciting. We're going to be on pages 32 and 33 in this lesson. We're going to do numbers 1 through 7, but before we do that, let's take a look at how to play these notes. So we have an A that sits below the staff. As we start getting notes that happen below the staff, which we have here, then we're going to see ledger lines. So we've played D, the open D, which sits right below the staff, but now we're going lower, so we have ledger lines. And those are the short little lines that help us keep track of what note we're on that's sitting below the staff. So it just extends the staff lower or higher, in this case lower. So one ledger line below the staff is a C, because that sits right below the D note that sits under or down under the staff. And then the note that sits right below one ledger line is a B, and then the note that sits on two ledger lines below the staff is an A. So we have the A, which is the open 5th string. We have the B, 2nd fret, and the C, 3rd fret. So A, B, and C. Now with remembering these notes and where they're located, it can help that we know the chords, because A, that low open 5th string, is the open A, the root note of the A chord. The B at the 2nd fret is the root note of our B7, and the C at the 3rd fret is the root note of our C chord. So that can help with remembering them. And then it takes a little bit of practice, but you can get used to recognizing two ledger lines below the staff. We've got our A sitting just below one ledger line, we've got our B, and sitting on one ledger line below the staff, we've got our C. Let's go ahead and play number 1. 1, 2, ready, and A, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4. Let's do number 2. 1, 2, ready, and A, 2, B, 2, C, 2, B, 2, C, 2, A, 2, B, 2, A, 2, B, 2, C, 2, A, 2, 3, Let's do number 3. 1, 2, ready, and A, B, A, C, C, B, A, B, C, B, A, B, A, C, A, C, B, A, B, A, 2, A, 4. Okay, we're going to combine all the strings. So, number 4. 1, 2, ready, and A, 2, B, 2, C, 2, D, 2, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, C, A, D, A, E, B, F, C, B, C, A, 2, 3, 4. Now you probably found those last 4 measures to be a little bit difficult. So let's play it again, just the last 4. We'll play them nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, and A, then C, A, you got the open D, open A, 2nd fret E, 2nd fret B, 3rd fret F, 3rd fret C, B, C, A, 2, 3, 4. We'll go a little bit faster. 1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go over to page 33. We're going to do number 5, bassing it up, sort of a fun little like boogie kind of bass thing. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, ready, and 3, 4, off. Okay, number 6, shoe fly. We have that jump from E to C. 1, 2, ready, and 2. Let's do number 7. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so we're going to do some chords now. We'll work on some new bar chords. Okay, so back in the chords, we're going to work on some new bar chords. Well, one new bar chord, G minor, and we're going to review B minor. So, bar chords, we're working on the strength right now. They're probably pretty challenging for you. They're sort of a Mount Everest of guitar playing. They're one of the hardest things to do physically. But once we get them going, it really unlocks the world to the neck of the guitar, as we'll learn about in future lessons. So, we're going to go ahead and look at page 71 in the chords book, and we'll take a look at G minor. So I have the full G minor drawn up here. Now, it looks a little bit different probably than what you're seeing there on page 71, because I just have written third here, 3RD. That's telling us this is the third fret, and what you have written there on page 71 shows frets 1 and 2 up here, and so we're seeing this as the third fret. Both ways happen as far as writing things out in these tablature diagrams. I wrote it up here on the board this way. You may see some tablature diagrams that have a number, and now you know. That's just telling us that this is fret number 3. If it said fret 9 then, or 9th, we'd know that was fret 9. If it's at 7, we'd know that's fret 7, and so on. So we're going to bar at the 3rd fret, all 6 strings, and then our ring and pinky go on the 5th and 4th strings at the 5th fret. So you see there on page 71, if you're just not ready to do full-on bar chords, you can do simplified versions. So there's one where we use our ring finger at the 5th fret on the 4th string, and then index just bars the top 3. Or if that's too much, you can also just use the open 4th string and bar the top 3. When we do that one though, we've put a D in the bass instead of a G, so it's going to sound a little different than our root position G minor chords. As soon as you can, or I just encourage you to start going for the full bar chord as we build up that strength. It's going to open the neck to us when we get to doing bar chords all over the neck. So we want to build up that strength now though, as best we can. I use my middle finger to push down, and as a reminder, I'm not pushing straight on the finger. I've got the pressure slightly on the side so that I can use the big muscle right here, the actual muscle we have. Fingers don't have muscles, but use that pressure with the strength of the thumb to push against it. Play it. Okay, if you need to review B minor, you can go ahead and review B minor or one of the simplified options for B minor. We're going to play through a few songs that have these. So we'll go ahead and jump over to page 73. We'll review B minor, playing The Water Is Wide. We played this one last time. We're going to have one spot where we got to get to that B minor, coming from A minor to B minor. This is going to be great. The water is, and we'll be in with down, down, up, down, up. The water is wide. I cannot cross over, and neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and push shall roll my true love and I. Okay, we'll turn over to page 75. We're going to do numbers 13 and 14, start practicing a little bit with that G minor. We're we're going to be going from D minor to G minor, so you may want to practice that switch a couple of times. This is kind of a big one. We'll also go from G minor to A7 on one occasion or two occasions, so you may want to practice back and forth between G minor and A7. And you just do the best you can. We get faster and faster as we go. So we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Like a motherless child. Alright. So, 1, 2, ready, and sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home. Let's try it a little bit faster. I want to ready, and sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way. Alright, God rest ye merry gentlemen. In this one, we're also going to be switching from G minor and A7, or A7 to G minor, really. But in this one, we're also going to go from G minor to F. So we get to go from one bar chord to another. All we got to do is add our middle finger after we shift down. Okay. God rest ye merry. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3. God rest ye merry gentlemen. Let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we are gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Both of those songs on that page are either a little high or a little low, out of my range. The joys of singing out of our range. We'll do that one just a little bit faster. God, God, down, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3. God rest ye merry gentlemen. Nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we are gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. hop on over to page 76. And we're going to do number 16. This one will allow us to practice with B minor again. So you may want to review B minor. We're going to go from D to B minor. We'll also go from B minor to A, so you can practice that switch a little bit. And B minor to G, you may want to practice that one a little bit. We're going to be down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. Here we go. 1, 2, in Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty. He first set his eyes on sweet Molly alone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Let's go a little bit faster. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, he first set his eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Okay, we'll go over and do number 19 on page 77. Drill ye terriers drill. G to D7. You may want to practice going back and forth from G minor to D7, I should say. Oops, I just did not play that right. See? Even I, after all these years, play some funny things once in a while. We're going to go down, down, up, down, up. Now when we have 2 chords per bar, which we do in a couple spots, we want to catch that second chord on the first up strum. We've done this before. Just like that. Early in the morning, I want to ready, and early in the morning at 7 o'clock, there are 20 terriers a drilling at the rock, and the boss comes around and he says, keep still and come down heavy on your cast iron drill, and drill ye terriers drill. Drill ye terriers drill, where you work all day for the sugar in your tay, down behind the railway, and drill ye terriers drill, and blast and fire. Okay, you probably want to stretch after all of that. Those bar chords, getting those strength. We're going to take a break from the chords and go over to tablature. Okay, so with the tablature, we're going to start off on pages 40 and 41, and we're going to do a little bit of review from ones that we played last time. So we'll start with La Bamba. This one's got the first and second ending happening twice, but they all repeat back to that same spot, the second measure on that first line, which is really where the start of the form comes in. We have a pickup measure, but it comes in on the and of one, so it feels like a whole measure. But we're going to play those first two lines twice with that first and second ending and go on to the first ending and go back and go to the top again and do it again, and then play all the way through that, and then we'll end with the second ending there at the bottom of the page. So it's going to be great. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and rest. 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, rest. Repeat. 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, second ending 2, ready, and rest, and rest, and 3, 4, rest. Back to the top. 3, 4, rest. First ending. 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, second ending 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, we'll go over and do My Old Kentucky Home. Now, just a reminder, we want to play those notes that are in the first fret with our index finger, notes in the second fret with our middle, the notes in the third with our ring finger, and the notes in the fourth with our pinky. You've heard me say that multiple times, but I'm reminding us of it. This one's going to have these tricky spots where we've got to move ring finger and pinky next to each other very independently, and that's kind of a tricky thing to do. So I point that out as a reminder, because if you can develop that, it'll really help you in the long run. Okay, we come in on beat 4 in the pickup. I'll give a 3-beat count in. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. Rest. 2, 3, off. Okay, we'll turn over to pages 42 and 43. We're not going to review all the ones we did last time, but we'll do Sailing, Sailing. So number 54, it's at the bottom of page 42, and then also at the top of page 43. So we got to continue over to the top of page 43. This one has that tripletized feel. With the 6/8, so 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a. Okay, let's turn over to page 44 and we'll play some new ones. Rockabye Baby still has that tripletized feel, so you're gonna have Rockabye Baby, just like that. 1 and a 2 and a. So I'll remind us of a finger roll technique. This one has these big jumps from the 3rd string to the top string at the same fret. So I can just roll my finger down, flatten it out, and bar it out. We've done some bar chords with the chords. So we just sort of bar instead of having to lift it and get it there. That's an option. It's a little bit faster most of the time. Okay, we'll do Tom Dooley. So we're going to swing these 8th notes. Sort of like that. 1, 2, ready, and 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, rest. Rest. Rest off. Okay, so that one, a lot of these that we're working on, lots of good practice with the pinky, and we want to force that pinky to work. Use those fingers in those frets that they belong. It'll really pay off in the end if you do. Okay. Go ahead and do Oh Susanna. So we'll swing the 8th notes on this one too. We're in 2/2 time, which is cut time. It's going to feel like 4/4 at the tempo we're going at, so I'm just going to count it off. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll 4 and come in just like so. 1, 2, 3. 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 3, off. Okay, we'll flip on over to page 46. And do 59, Yankee Doodle Dandy. This one's going to have some of that sort of, you could say, finger knot kind of movements as we try and use the ring finger and the pinky independently. Keep the index, middle, ring, and pinky in those frets that they are assigned to. I'll give us a 3-beat count in and we'll come in on beat 4 with the pickup. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great practice with that pinky. We'll do Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho, the last one today. Some more practice with the pinky and getting that ring finger and pinky to work independently, which is great. We'll swing these 8th notes. So you got 1 and 2 and ready and go and... and 4 and 4 and 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's sort of a fun one, and it's one that's really great. Try and get a little bit faster if you can get those fingers working. Okay, we're going to finish off this lesson with just a little bit more with the chords. We'll take a look at Sus4 chords and a little review on the Add 9 chords. Okay, so as we finish off this lesson, we're going to just do a little bit of practice with the Add 9 chords and take a look a little bit at Sus4 chords. These are chord types that we're going to explore more in future lessons, but I'm just starting to introduce them briefly here so they start to become a little bit familiar, and you'll be running into songs probably as you're learning to play songs that have these types of chords. So I'm just going to cover them a little bit briefly, and future lessons will continue to look at them more and more. So the Add 9 chords, we're going to review on page 114, number 2. We've played this one before. This one uses G add 9 and C add 9 and E minor add 9. So we know that we're adding the 9th to our major chord or our minor chord, the 9th being step number 2 up an octave. If you need to see the chords, the chord shapes, you can take a look at pages 112 and 113. You can see those on there. But for that G add 9, all we're doing is moving our index finger from the 2nd fret on the 5th string to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, muting the 5th string. I do that with my ring finger, so it just collapses over. We get that nice open add 9 sound. Then we're going to have C add 9. You're going to remember that when we played the 4-string G, you go to C add 9 just by moving those 2 fingers on a string higher. But I have my index 2nd fret 4th string, my ring, or my middle 3rd fret 5th string, my ring 3rd fret 2nd string, my pinky 3rd fret top string, and we don't play the low 6th string. For E minor add 9, we're just playing E minor and then add our pinky at that 2nd fret on the high string, or you could remaneuver your fingers. It's going to be down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. We'll play it twice. 1, 2, 3. So there's a little review with those great sounds. Let's turn to page 129 and 130, starting really on page 129. So when we have a sus4 chord, this is kind of a cool sound. What happens is, you can see a little bit of that theory at the top of page 129. The third of the chord, which is a major third if it's major and a minor third if it's minor, is being replaced by the perfect fourth, or the fourth step of the scale, which is a perfect fourth interval above the root. And so when we change that, it becomes suspended, which is kind of a nice sound. So there's a C to a C sus4. And you'll see in the chord symbols that it'll be the root and then the word sus or sus4, and that's what we get. We're going to play a little bit with the D sus4, so you can take a look at it. The third of that chord is on the top string, and so just add our pinky and it becomes suspended. And then the A sus4, you can add your pinky, or you can reconfigure your fingers, however you're fingering that one. Take a look, grab D sus4 and A sus4, and then join me over on page 130. We're going to play number 2. So it's just, we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4 up. So we're going to add D, just demonstrating. And then you're going to add D sus4. You're going to add G and A sus4. It's going to just be like that. When we play that G, the best one for this is the four-fingered G, I should say. We are using all 6 strings, but the one where I've got my ring and pinky on the top 2 strings. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and G. And then I'm going to make it D sus4. And I've got my G. And I've got the A to the A sus4. Again, D to D sus4. I've got G. I've got A to the A sus4. And D to D sus4. And G. A sus4. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so I hope you're having fun playing chords, playing notes, playing tablature, learning to play the guitar. I hope you're looking for songs that you really are interested in playing, your favorite pop songs or favorite country songs or rock songs or folk songs or whatever. Finding songs that you're really interested in playing and starting to learn them. You've got a lot of chords under your belt, so to speak, and you know how to read tablature and play songs with tablature. So, and you can read notes on the top 5 strings, at least the natural notes so far. So you've got a lot of tools. You got to be able to be finding songs that you want to play and using these skills to play those songs. I hope you're having a blast. In the next lesson, we're going to continue to work a little bit with the sus chords and the add 9, so we continue to get those new sounds in our ears. We'll continue to review strumming patterns and finger picking patterns and keep working on bar chords. So it's going to be great. I'll see you in that next one. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.